History books on the shelf.
Welcome back to KidsKast, and I'm Alfie, and today we have a special guest, Kurtis Campbell, aka known as the Pink Panther. He's a professional MMA fighter from Liverpool, known for his skill, his focus, and his pink fight shorts. He's rising fast in the sport, and we're excited to talk to him about his journey, his training, and the truths that helped him get where he is today. Kurtis, thanks for joining us, and we're really happy to have you here.
Yes, the boys, thank you for having me on.
Why did you start MMA?
Self-defense, really. Obviously, when I was a bit younger, I was overweight. When I had glasses, little comb over with the gel head. So I was an easy target. So my mum and dad took me to a Thai boxing gym, and that's where I met my first coach that I'm still with now, Kyle. And I've never looked back since that.
So, did you get bullied in school or?
Yeah, I've had a few moments that, but all stuff like that is just fuels the fire and helps you. It's character building. It's such a bad way to put it about bullying, but there's so many pros that I can take away from it. There's not really negatives now. And now when I look back at it, obviously when you're at that time and you're in school, it's the worst thing in the world. But when I look now, it weren't that big of a deal. It was over things that weren't even relevant now. So it's just it's a good thing to look back on.
Yeah, well, when you were our age, was you naughty in school, 13? Was you naughty in your social or?
I weren't the best academically, definitely not. I weren't the best learner. I hated school. I hated it from the bottom to the very end. But I've done it all, and that's one thing my mum and dad told me, whether I hated it or not, just get it done. And I've always got something to fall back on, but I only wanted one thing, lad, and it's getting there now, so I'm happy the way it's all worked out.
Yeah.
Did you look up to anyone, when you first started, or?
Yeah, a Polish girl, her name was Joanna Jędrzejczyk. She was a UFC champion, and she was always one that I was always watching, and there was a few role models around me growing up, and my dad's always been there, so he was a massive one for me. So just the people around me mainly, they was the ones that I always looked up to, because I was seeing how they treated people, so I know how to treat people and how I wanted to be treated in a sense.
Yeah. If MMA didn't work out, what would you want to do? Your job?
I never thought about it, I always was thinking about quantity surveying or something, but that was just what my dad used to tell me, that earned you good money in a sense. But
yeah,
for me, I don't know, maybe gaming, lad. Probably gaming. I was decent at gaming, and I've been in a few COD tournaments back in the day, but being behind the PS5, lad, I get too fat too much, so I just gotta make sure I'm in the gym 24/7.
Yeah. What's your records?
Overall, or just MMA?
Just MMA.
Professionally, 8-0, and as an amateur, I was 10-1.
Yeah.
So I've had a fair few now,
Yeah, did you ever do anything other than MMA?
Yeah, started off with Thai boxing, Muay Thai. I had 43 fights in Thai boxing before I moved over to MMA.
Did anyone doubt you, make you rethink doing MMA and that?
Yeah, 100%. You always get told you can't make it. I had teachers tell me to my face, I'm never gonna make it. But it's just how you look at it. If you look at it as a bad thing and you let that affect you, then you're never gonna make something of it. But just put that in the fire and just more fuel to burn. You know what I mean? And you use them people to just energize you, and when them days that you don't want to do it, you still get it done.
What keeps you going? What keeps your motivation there?
To get me mum and dad on the beach, just sipping cocktails for the rest of their life. Just knowing that I've boxed them. It's done a lot for me, so for me to repay them back, it would mean a lot.
What was your most proud moments in your fighting career?
When I got the UFC contract. So that's where I went over to fight. I went over to Vegas for 3 weeks, and met all UFC fighters, and I had a fight in front of Dana White, who owns the UFC, and just seeing him give me the signature sign to say that I've been signed, probably the moment where I sat back and actually give myself a pat on the back.
That's crazy though.
Where do you see yourself in 2-3 years time?
top 15 in the UFC climbing. If I'm not in the top 15, I'm definitely in the top 10. So that's where I'll be in the next few years.
What's your favourite cheat meal?
Chinese, you know. And I want to ask
Chinese?
you the same question, each one of you. Which one's your favourite cheat meal?
If I was...
If anything.
I do go to gym, but like, if I was to have a cheat meal and I was a fighter.
If anything, though, just in general, what's your favourite go-to meal?
Not even a
Chippy
cheat meal.
chips, sweet and sour chicken, egg fried rice.
Unbelievable. Certain chippy?
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, there's one in South Dean next to the shop.
The Craft?
Nah.
Nah, the Craft's
Jerry
unbelievable.
Wong's.
Jerry Wong's is heavy. What's yours, lad?
Steak, medium, sweet potato fries.
Oof.
And I forgot the name of the sauce. What's the name of like the yellow sauce that goes on your steak?
Mustard.
Nah.
He's got a point, that honey mustard, though.
Nah,
Is it
there's
peppercorn?
there's like peppercorn, that's it. That's
Yeah.
what,
What's
that's
yours,
what I
lad?
love. I love that.
Mine's sauce and pepper chicken with chips.
Oh, where from, though?
Where from?
Do you say it in
That's
place?
Italy thing.
Yeah? Heavy. I'll have to go there.
What's one moment you're proud for and still think about it to this day?
Probably turning pro, lad. No one ever ran me that. Always knew professionals and that, but in our team, it was sort of stepping into the unknown. Just so, for when I really first done it, sort of just a little bit proud of myself, like, because we never really experienced it with anyone else.
Where are you from? I'm Liverpool. Oh.
Where's he? Melon.
Where's he in Melon?
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
Really?
Just like, lad, that's where all my boys are
What
from.
school did you go?
Went to Days in Mughal though. I went to Mughal schools, yeah. And then obviously I just grew up in Kirby now, lad. I'm one of the boys.
Do you regret anything in your life, like at this point, say if you could go back, you would fix it, like anything you regret?
I always used to say, like, I always had things that I'd change, but lad, everything happens for a reason. And whether the reason's good or bad, it's been put there, so you just gotta go with it. Same again, if that reason's bad and it's negative, give something positive from it, learn from it. So it's a lot harder to do than what we're saying, you know what I mean? I'm not waking up with a big smile on my face every morning, like, but I'm at least trying to be positive.
What's your favourite like submission or move when you're in a fight?
Favourite one, lad, I just love a rear naked choke, you know, just an R&C, just nice and simple. That's my first one that I got in my professional career 2 fights ago, earlier this year, so it's the first one.
What was like your favourite like knockout or like win you've ever like, had?
Favourite fighter or win I've had, probably the Lima. When I won my FCC belt, I was just covered in blood.
Really?
Yeah, I'd probably say that's your favourite. I feel like that's when it really hits the fan and you sort of, you have it or you don't. So to know that you've got it in the locker, it's nice.
Why'd you pick the name Pink Panther though?
I was on a podcast, to be funny enough, another podcast, just on the phone, and I was with a few of the teammates, and we all of us didn't really have nicknames, so the podcast people like just said we've got nicknames for a few years. I think me mate Barmer, Charlie Barmer, he gave him like Chip Balm or something, just something like that, and then he just said to me that the Pink Panther, and at the time I was wearing the pink top and the pink shorts, and it was just a tear, to be honest, that me and my dad had in the back garden. I was fighting another lad from Liverpool. It was a big fight. He said, I bet you won't wear these shorts, and I told him, well, why not? And I really looked back, so they gave me the name the Pink Panther on the podcast, and I just thought, yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I like that. I always watched the Pink Panther as a kid.
Yeah.
And the tune's quite catchy, so I felt like I could run with something, and especially in this sport, you gotta stand out, haven't you? So hot pink shorts, you know what I mean? It's a bit on the feminine side, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I just like the colour.
Yeah. Do you ever like get nervous before the fight?
Get more nervous now for me mates fighting. For me, I'd like to say I'd be nervous, but you get butterflies. But now it's just sort of like, it's like my second home, so I feel quite comfortable in there, and I quite like the chaos. So nerves not so much no more.
Yeah.
What would you tell yourself, like 10-year-old self now, if in this position?
Telling patience is key. Nothing's always like face value, so nothing's like always as it is. Do you know what I mean? Don't take it with a pinch of salt. That's what I'd tell.
What's been your ever best fight?
So the Lehman one I'd probably say, but the one that I enjoyed the most was probably when I was amateur. I fought a lad called Teddy Stinger. I felt like one of them moments, lad, where you feel invincible and you don't feel like anything can touch you. Got into like a nice flow state and I felt like everything I threw, I hit him with, and everything he threw, he missed. So I'd probably say I enjoyed that one the most.
Well, if from your little self, would you like have believed that you'd be where you are now?
Yeah, he was a cocky little, no comments, he was cocky, the younger one. He was, you know, even though I was cocky to myself, I was cocky to other people, I believed in myself, and I always knew I was going to be in the UFC. I just always told myself it was a matter of when, but if it did look, if I was 10 years old now looking up, I wouldn't have thought of it in the same time. It's a little bit of a pinch me moment.
Have you ever been like badly hit in a fight? Like a punch or a bad elbow or a kick?
Yeah. So the fight that I said before, when I was covered in blood, about 10 seconds into the fight, I caught his kick and took him down. And he hit me with the dick on the way down. As I went to grab him, there was like 3 or 4 of them. So I was like trying to grab like the 3-4 people. There's only one of them. And he's just digged me, and I just remember seeing them all, and then you come back and you sort of get a little adrenaline rush, lad.
Yeah. If you could live like anywhere in the world, where would you want to live?
It's a very good question, that, you know. If I got to, for training or just for living?
Like when you retire, where do you want to live?
Mallorca.
Mallorca? In Spain?
Yeah. Been there since I was a kid. I'd be at like Calador around there by the marina. Love it there when I was a kid. And then I went back this year with my mum and that for a week and took my missus over, and that. It was really nice lads out there. But if I was training, I'd say America or Thailand.
How old are you?
23.
23, you got any kids?
No.
No.
Staying like that for a while, that's all lad. Definitely no kids. What do you enjoy the most then, when you are out of school?
When we're out of school, I love a kick about with my mates.
Little 41?
I love football, yeah. I've been to Spain to represent England.
Nice, lad.
No, like it wasn't an England squad, but we were representing our country. Ireland were there, Spain were there, and I think there was some other countries there, like France, there was some other countries there where I played against them.
Sick, lad. I'm better than a kickball, that's what we want to do on a Saturday. It's been too cold now, but you go to goals and ball boots and that, but I've got 2 left feet, so I have a terrible time. How do I do that?
As well, maybe.
What do you do when you're out of school, like me, anything, like even like the PS?
Just one the game, maybe. Something.
What game?
Card or something.
If you should go to game now, what game are you picking?
Yeah, Siege or Card.
You can't beat Siege. What about you, lad?
I like going to the park with my mates and have a little grapple on the grass.
You know what, lad, I used to do that all the time. Still do now. When I go away with Connor and that. If he's getting a bit cheeky in the morning, lad, and he hasn't done his washing, it's be fun. Trying to live with all of the lads it's a nightmare.
He's brought his gloves in.
Are we having a little go, are we? You having your little gloves on?
Yeah.
And we can have a little go on the pads after this.
You ever have like days where like can't bother to go to the gym or nothing? Like,
Every day I can't be bothered being there. You know, once I finish it, lad, it's no better feeling. It's no better feeling being like, I know I've trained for the day, and like I've trained twice today. Got me wrestling in this morning, and then I've done weights before coming here. So I just know I can go home and get a big scran after this, go to Piri Piri or something.
You know, like when you like first get into a fight and you have like the butterflies in your belly, like how do you like get rid of them? Like what like cuts them off when you're fighting them?
See, when I was a kid, the butterflies don't go until literally that second you start throwing a punch. The butterflies never go. since then, but you know, as I've got older and I fight more often, I don't get butterflies, I get excitement, and I've got to just make sure I get enough rest before the fight, lad. Or like when I'm warming up, I get too excited. I've got to just make sure I'm in a calm state of mind, because with fighting, it's especially at a high level, it becomes chess. Each move counts, so I just got to make sure if I become too excited and move in pieces quickly, I'm going to get caught out eventually, so each move's got to be a strategy.
Have you ever felt bad on someone after the fight?
Yeah, I have, and I actually, like, I have a mindset coach, and I spoke to him about, like, I really like the guilty pleasure of violence. Like, I actually really like, but what I'm going to say is controlled violence. I do it in a controlled environment where, like, there's referees, there's rules, where violence outside of that, I stay away from it. I don't get involved with none of that, do you know what I mean? So it's just, you gotta make sure, like, when I did go to this man coach and speak to him about, like, listen, I do really enjoy hurting people, but at the same time, I do feel bad on them, and he's got me in a state where I don't feel bad because it's my job, and what dark side I do have, and what I enjoy fighting, you just gotta make terms with that, like, your own self. If you get angry at your own self, you gotta make terms that you don't understand yourself, lad. It's a lot of learning where mentally, not just physically, and you gotta understand, especially with the side of media of things, it goes west. But if it's any fighter I had to fight, lad, and I elbowed him a lot, and I think it was like 70 strikes in the first round. The strikes was in on bottom, lad, and I'm just elbowing him and just punching him, and I come out, lad, and he said he just had lumps all over it, because he was, like, had short hair, and he just had lumps all over his head, lad. I thought, I did feel quite bad, but at the same time, it's what my job's for, lad, so it's, much as I do feel bad, I enjoy it.
Did you ever start, like, getting involved with the wrong crowd as you were our age?
No, lad. I always had, like, my coach was always like, when he was younger, he was down the wrong path, so I know, like, if I ever went down that path, like, he'd slap me. I had good people around me, to be fair. I still do now. I still got the same people around me when I was a kid. So I think they definitely helped, and the gym definitely helped keep me off the streets. And the only people who I go out with was me gym mates, lad. So if anything did happen and we done anything bad, it always got found out by the coaches, and we'd always get done in by the coaches. So we were more scared to do anything wrong, because we knew we'd have to face the consequences when we went back in the gym the next day.
What advice would you give them? Would you give the kids that are going down the wrong path, that are making those bad choices? How?
Pick up a pair of gloves. Pick up a pair of gloves. Just the way, yeah, just honestly, and the way you still with your footy, pick up a pair of boots. What are you going out there for? Do you know what I mean? Nothing's out there that's going to offer you any benefit. And, like, obviously, at the same time, the way you said you like going out to the park with your mates to have a scrap, to still do that, lad, that's 100%. But it's what you're doing on the way to the park and on the way back. Do you know what I mean? Like, just go to the park, have your straightener with your mate, and go home, or go to the gym, have a straightener with them there, or go to the pitch. Even have a straightener with them there. Do you know what I mean? That's it. Honestly, you don't need anything else. That's one thing that me and my mates always done. Me and Connor got told off from fighting when we were kids who used to fight, and we used to just have, like, just little fighting when we were chilling with each other, and he got a black eye once, lad, and he slipped me a lip. So we had to get sat down to be like, you know, we're only allowed to fight when we were in the gym.
Did you ever, like, have, like, a person who, like, always was there for you and kept you positive mindset?
Yeah, my dad has always been my backbone, lad. He's always sought to create with me the young man I am. He's always sort of said, like, any problems are sort of have, just poker face it, but at the same time you need to learn how to express it and deal with it. So he's definitely been my backbone, my dad, and then my coach Kyle, as much as a crazy character he is, he's always been there for me. And you were going to say something, what was you going to say?
What age did you start some form of like boxing?
Started when I was 7. Yeah, I was young, I was 7. And my cousins went to a gym and they just, like, I needed somewhere to go for self-defense, so my mum took me there. I come off the mats crying after like 2 minutes, trying to blag that I ate my leg or something, just because I didn't want to be there. And then my ma gave me a slap and I was straight back on the mat. And then I really enjoyed it after like the first, second class. And then, yeah, I just never really wanted to stop. I set the period when I was like 13.
When you were our age, were you like scared to take a dig back to the face? When you, if your first fight, were you scared to like take a proper?
Still scared to take a dig now. You don't get any better. You don't. Every dig still hurts. And this is one thing that I was speaking with my coaches over the past few months. When I was an amateur, like, grappling was always good and like getting away with it, but sometimes like you gotta take a dig to give one back. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to learn now and force myself to be better and to learn to take that dig, because you know most times you'll catch someone like this when they're doing the better. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that's one thing, lad. As soon as you start doing well, that's soon as you start slipping. So you just gotta make sure you're on the right path. Because it's easy to say, oh, I've done well, give myself a pat on the back there. While you're giving yourself a pat on the back, lad, someone else is throwing a backhand. That's the way I see it. So you just gotta make sure you're always on it.
You ever had any like fights with your mates and like you're in town, or like when you went off for a drink with the lads and you've had a fight?
So you know what? That's one thing. If I'm at the fight, I don't have a drink because my mum's most likely at the fights too. Yeah. So I never have a drink. The only time I have a drink if I go away with me missus for the night or we go out for a meal and like we're getting a taxi home or we're staying somewhere. Other than that, I don't drink much. And it's never been for me. I've never been out in town for a night out. Really? I've been to my mate's apartments and, you know, like, but that's a party that I've been invited to, but actually clubbing, I've never been out. I've been out clubbing elsewhere in the world and I've done it more there, but that's because I feel like no one sort of knows you there and you can just crack on with. As much as Liverpool's a big place, everyone knows each other. Yeah. So I just like to sort of stay in. I'd rather jump on the game and play Rust or something.
Have you ever had any like injuries, like?
Yeah,
bad injuries.
I've had a good few. I've got a big scar on my leg that's about this long. The bottom of the cage that you lock the cage with, I slipped like when I was grappling with someone and it went into my leg and I've jumped up and it's just ripped all my leg out, so there's no blood, it's just like all your fat and your muscle just on the floor, so I had to get all that stitched up. And then when I was 13 I snapped me tibia, fibia, my ankle and my growth plate on a trampoline, so I don't go back on them no more. Bounce castles are no, bounce castles are alright. Trampolines are a no-go, and then I've had my knuckles a nightmare. I've slipped my knuckle right open, that's just through training and just over the years, and just a lot of breaks on your feet. I've never really broke nothing up top except ribs, but my feet and my shins, lad, I've had a terrible time. What was you going to ask?
If you could go anywhere for like the day, where would you go? Like
in the world?
Yeah.
Place that I've been to, or?
No, just go anywhere.
Anywhere. I'd like to go Japan. Do you know, like Tokyo and see that? Seen them where they all dress up like Mario Kart. You all go down, round, it's like Mario and Luigi and that in the go-karts around Tokyo. I'd like to do that, lad. I think that'd be sick. What about you?
I'd go there, like try street food and everything.
Yeah. Oh, not them scorpions and that though. Keep them away from me.
Like corn dogs and everything.
Yeah, I remember going to Thailand and there was like big centipedes and like all big bugs and that, and like don't get me wrong, I think one of my mates tried and he said it was quite nice. It tasted like a bit like crispy chicken, but it was just, I can't stomach it. I just don't think my stomach could process it.
Like just like no one eating scorpion or something. Just like
yeah, loads of people do it, to be fair. Loads of people actually do eat them and everyone says they don't, but they do try them.
So like, what's your like favourite food? Where When you're chilling at night, what would you like to eat?
You know what, I'd be trying Nashville Cluck.
What's that?
Nashville Cluck's heavy, that's in town, but if I'm going to my favourite gaffs in town, like pizza, eat a place. I went last night, went to a place called Suvla, it's a Greek, and it's really, really good. And that's where I was at last night, got a chicken gyro or gyros. And then if I'm going for like a dirty scran, have you ever been waffle?
No.
Waffles,
What
like
would you most eat?
heavy. If I could eat anything, like non-stop. I reckon chicken wings, you know, I reckon I could put some chicken wings away. Yeah, my mates put a good few chicken wings away, but, you know what I mean, Wingstop, chicken wings or the boneless bites.
What's your diet? Like, what do you have to eat back when you're fighting and that?
You know what, lad, I've got a nutritionist that I pay each fight camp. His name's Charlie Mitten. Shout out to Charlie, because he's got me on track, and it's made me a lot more professional than I am. I always struggle with my food. Like I said, I was a fat kid when I was younger, so I'm still a fat kid at heart, and I like my food now. So I'd say like I'm on a, not as strict as you think, not where it's just like chicken and rice and broccoli and that. I've done that before and it's really bad, but now when I get up, I can rather have just bacon on toast, lad, with like eggs on the side or avocado, the certain type of bread and that I get. And then if I can make steak and chips. I can make steak with sweet potato chips, chicken wraps, lad. Anything I want, he'll do. I've said I've craved the full English before, and he's made me do it full English. You know what I mean? And you just change it, certain type of things. It'll be more protein and
They keep
stuff
it
like
the
that.
calorie range and that.
Yeah, it's just the carbs, lad, that catch me out, the bread and that.
What is the weight range for featherweight? Or
Featherweight is 65.8 championship weight, and then if you're not fighting for a belt, you get a pound allowance, so that is 66.2 kilos, so 145 or 146.
what weight did you say you were in?
145.
Oh yeah.
Featherweight me, so I have to make like 65.8.
It's like a meal that like reminds you of like your home, your family, where you come from.
Yeah, roast dinner. Can't beat a roast dinner, lad. My ma makes it. Sorry for swearing. My ma makes a splendid roast dinner. Honestly, Michelle's unbelievable at it. What's yours? Anything that you could have, like a homely scran, or not that you're taking out. Anything that you could get.
Maybe like dessert type thing.
Anything, so it could be like a roast dinner, something that your mum cooks or something that your nan cooks.
Jam
anyone.
roly-poly.
Jam roly-polies are heavy. What's yours, lad? Anything. That just.
Bacon and toast, probably.
Lad, heavy. Shout. I had that today.
I was like
Best
sausage and
best
toast or
bacon.
something like that.
Sausage and toast. Oof. That's powerful. You know, we all the breakfast one then. We all like an English breakfast and that.
Double egg and sausage out of Maggie's.
Yeah, McMuffin or
Double egg and sausage will come from you.
double, yeah, go on,
Two
son.
hash browns.
I'm tripling up on the hash browns, like.
Are you?
Yeah.
I love your hash
I
browns.
love hash browns.
Yeah, the hash browns are good. Where are you going to, lad? You like an hash brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, hash browns are heavy. What drink are you going that early?
Orange juice or something.
Tropicana.
Is it back that you go with a Coke? Anyone got a Coke that early?
No.
Oh, I feel like the Coke that early is fresh, you know, it's bad.
Cans of Pepsi in the morning.
Yeah.
Cans of Pepsi, man.
What's your morning drink?
Cover tea.
Yeah. With your bacon on?
Which?
With your bacon on toast? Yeah.
I love
2
orange
sugars?
juice, I don't-
Yeah.
Good lad. Good lad.
I don't eat too much though.
Why?
Stems.
How old are you?
I'm 13.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
And you need to be putting it away. Getting stronger, lad, and getting bigger to compete with the big ones, especially if I'm getting on the pads. We need to be eating some scran, lad. Tippling up on your bacon when you're having it on toast. How many slices of bacon you going?
Like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I only eat crispy bacon, not like no sorry bacon, just crispy.
Yeah, it's got to be crispy.
I'm not really a bacon type of guy. I like eggs, 2 sausages, and I like eggs, 2 sausages, and like dip your eggs on the side. You know, dip your eggs in the egg holder, and you dip your Breading.
Yeah, the dippy eggs. I haven't had them in years, you know. I haven't had the dippy egg.
Pepperoni, pasta, bake or something.
Oof. Switching it up there, lad.
Sausage on top or something.
Yeah. What's like here for, you know, like, go to like clothes, like, what you like to wear?
I'm trackies, me.
Trackies?
I'm dead smart. Got me in jeans and that. I'm having a terrible time. Jeans are one. I've only got one pair of jeans. And I've got like 3-4 nice tops, if that. Everything else is just trackies and gym gear, you know. I go to the gym in my pyjamas most of the time as well. Honestly, I need to sort myself out. Sometimes I just like get up in my pyjamas, lad, and I just go to the gym. But obviously I get washed and I'll put a new pair of pyjamas on then, and that's me one for the gym. Just a pair of shorts, and then it won't even be a top. It'll just be a pair of pyjama kicks and a tacky jumper or something.
You got like a favourite pair of webs?
Yeah, lad, I'm into me webs bad. I've got a nice pair of 110s, but I've got a pair of wet shoes that I don't bring out much there, that I'd be like clicked inside of the heel or anything like that. As soon as I put my feet in the shoe, it'll just like tighten up for me and just go into like my own shoe and that. Them as a gift one year. And they're Nike Air Max, they're a decent pair of shoe. They stay away them like.
What's the most expensive shoes you got?
You know what, I don't have like a really expensive pair. I probably only have like an expensive pair because they're hard to get. Like I've got a pair of Asics on now, and these are quite hard to get. But my missus, she's onto it. She gets all the sauce and she gets all like the shoes that you struggle to get. And so that way I'm a nightmare, me. I just like to go in JD and have a little browse and then I leave. I hate shopping.
Why? Why do you hate shopping?
I've just never been for one for shopping. I felt like I was always with my mum and that when we were kids and she'd tell me we were going food shopping or, you know what I mean? I just couldn't process shopping in my brain or like when I was younger. Changes as you get older.
Like food shopping. Ma said she's getting a couple of things, buys the whole shop.
Yeah, that's it. And then I'm just going in for a bit of eggs and bread. Oh, you know, I'm hating me. Just tell me you're going to be 45 at least. And if she sees a mate, it's at least an hour and a half. But a question to ask you is then, so obviously it's a stand-up podcast and that, and I'm going to be starting my own. So I want to interview you with Connor and that. So when we get the podcast running, it might be a year or so, yeah, or something. I've got a meeting soon with the production team, so we get you on. We're gonna ask about your life and how you get on with things.
Where was you born?
Lad, you know what? Probably Bazak, you know. Probably Bazak. I think it was only round the corner. Honestly, lad, I'm born and bred from here.
How do you stay motivated?
I feel like what I want, always someone that chases more. And sometimes it's bad because I feel like some things are never enough and I'm always chasing something else. Like I'm terrible adrenaline junkie, that's what they say. I'm always chasing the next thing. So I think to get that next adrenaline rush or to get that next, like, I don't know, even that paycheck in a sense, something that makes you feel, I think that's what keeps me motivated. And then like I was saying to these, I think retiring my mum and dad are like, they've done everything for me, so I just wanna do everything for them in a sense. Don't want them to move, so I'll probably say that motivates me, and just the adrenaline rush that you get in a fight or something that you're doing, you know, when you're playing 14, you're about to go out or you score a goal, and absolute that the only way is, you know, when you score that goal and it's an absolute scream and you think, oh my god, that's what it's like when you win a fight.
Keeps you going.
The adrenaline's crazy.
That one was in the final. It was the 5th pen. Dead just missed, I think. I was on the last pen. It's on Instagram somewhere from my school. I was on the last pen, the 5th pen, and as I scored, everyone just chased me, and I proved myself. Everyone just chased me, and I was shocked.
But it's a good feeling though, and then
it's good. Like, you get excited, and we turn around, there's about 50 people chasing you.
but
You're like, crap, what if I stop here?
How bad you feel in the night when you're like, and you come home and you're absolutely shattered. Like, that's one thing that I'll say. The shower after having a fight is the worst thing ever. How much that water hurts, that.
What?
Honestly, as soon as you get a shower and like if I've just had a little fight and the adrenaline rush comes on and I've just had a proper straightener, you know, that water hurts so much, lad.
Does it?
Trying to get a shower and like that, and then you're trying to put your clothes on, everything hurts. I had to crawl up the stairs once. Honestly, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Nightmare. As much as everyone's saying to us and that, it's a bad world out there, so whenever you can find good in it, make sure you take that good and you appreciate it. And I just say treat everyone with how you want to be treated. No matter if they didn't treat you that same way, keep your smile and crack on. They don't deserve your energy. That's what I always say. I open the door for someone and someone doesn't say thank you, I'll still say you're welcome to myself and I carry on. You know what I mean? It's a bit sad, lad, and everything's a bit cringy, and especially at your age, everything's about your looks and like what people do. At my age, it's always about, it's you learn out, you don't have to be bothered about them things. You don't have to be bothered about what I'm wearing or what you wearing. I wear stuff because I'm comfy now. Don't wear stuff because to look good. If I was looking good, I'd be in the tightest jeans, like most of the you said. You know what I mean? But I'm not, I'm in the tacky, and I'm in something comfy that I enjoy. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I'd say to you. And I was bad for this, by the way. I'm not just saying like this and I never done that. It's the worst for it. I always wanted to look the best, have the best shoes or compete. And you're competing with, you're not competing with anyone. Just wear stuff that you want to wear, that you think's nice.
Yeah, so you gotta be yourself.
Yeah. Like, if your ma says don't wear it, then you probably chose a bad pair of shoes or something, so just don't wear them. You know what I mean? But if she's asking you to wear the skirt shoes, lad, then I don't blame you. I never wore skirt shoes.
I don't wear them all.
So I can't blame you there.
What do we say to Kurtis for coming in? And
Nice one, Kurtis.
Lovely to meet you, the boys. Thank you for having me on. It was a pleasure to meet you.
The history books on the shelf.
Questions, Andy? No comment. You working for the police, you? I'm only messing.